Kia ora everybody and welcome back to Poetry is Your Voice or For Your Voice. Today we have a special guest today and this is my mum, Pauline Crawford.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be asking a few questions about my mum. She's from Whakaki and she's an all-girl of Hatahoepa, St. Joseph's Mighty Girls. And we're just going to go through a few questions about her life in general.
Hi.
So can we ask you, Mum, what year you were born?
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
No.
I'm telling you how fucking ancient I am.
Okay, so she was. Okay. So you were brought up in what was the later years of the Depression, right, Mum?
Well, I'm not too sure. I think it might have been because I was, yeah, the youngest of the family, and when I came in, it was God. So I didn't experience what my brothers and sisters had experienced. So yeah, I was kind of spoiled by them. So yeah.
So when you say you were the youngest, how much difference was it between you and the next child up from you?
8 years,
8 years, and then from the oldest,
15.
15. And you, how many brothers and sisters did you
I
have?
had 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
2 brothers and 2
Oh,
sisters.
and the oldest 2 that were twins, they passed away.
Oh, okay, so you had twin brothers,
Twin girls.
twin sisters older than Uncle Butcher.
Yes.
So we had Uncle Butcher, Uncle Blighty.
No, we had Uncle Butcher, Auntie Mary, Auntie Na, and Uncle Blighty.
Okay, and then you.
And then me.
8 years after Uncle Blighty.
Yeah.
And just for the record, Uncle Butcher's name was Rangi
Thomas Henry.
Thomas Henry.
Even I only knew him as Rangi until I was at boarding school, and I found out
That his real name was
his
Thomas.
real name was Thomas because he had a namesake.
Oh yes. Oh
And
yes.
that's how I found out. Otherwise, he was Rangi or Butcher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Auntie Mary Rose.
Auntie Mary Rose. Yep. She was an epileptic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Auntie Ngawhata.
Yeah, Auntie Ngawhata. Who, was, my big sister and got spoiled now and then and got, because I was spoiled by everyone else, was a bit.
You were the baby.
Yeah.
And did Auntie Ngawhata go to Hatahoepa?
No, she went to Warra College.
She went to Warra College?
It was them who sent me to Hatapaira with Mum and Dad.
Oh, okay. So they helped Mum and Dad pay for the school tertiary. Oh, okay.
All the 3 of them.
And how many generations are alive now with you, including your children, are there that have gone to Hatahoepa?
Well, my grandmother went, and Mum didn't, but my father's sister did.
Right.
And then me, my daughters, my granddaughters. So that's 5 generations. Not on my side. Oh, yes, it is. But, Mum and Dad.
Mum and Dad.
Mum and Dad.
So your mother's mother went to Hatahoepa.
Yes.
Your father's sister went to Hatahoepa.
Yes.
You went to Hatahoepa.
Yes.
Your daughters went to Hatahoepa.
Yes.
And your granddaughters have gone to Hatahoepa.
Yes.
So there's 5 generations.
Yes.
3 living now. Three living generations that have gone to Hatahoepa. Okay. So there you go, people. We have living 3 generations here. My mother of attending Hatahoepa St. Joseph's Mighty Girls in Green Meadows, New Zealand. You can answer that if you want.
No, it's just a message.
And Hatahoepa has a brother school. Would you like to say something about them?
Well, at Hatapaura, my brothers went there. Rangi or Butcher or Thomas Henry.
Yeah.
And Walter.
And Walter.
Blighty.
So Uncle Blighty's real name is Walter.
Tumanako.
Walter Tumanako Wilson. I'm named after him.
Yeah.
My middle name.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm an old boy of Hatapata College, and it's been a family tradition since my uncle Butcher and my uncle Blighty went there in 1952.
There,
Or
thereabouts.
they're about around the
No,
50s.
no.
Because the college opened in 52
Did it?
or something. And they were there like
Oh, yeah,
56.
yeah. Because no, it opened before then.
Oh, okay.
Because my brother was there when I was born in 19. Yeah.
All right, because he's 15 years older than you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would have been in the 40s or.
Did mum and dad ever, did Nan and Pa ever get the chance to go down and visit him while they were at college?
I don't know.
Was there anything like statutory holidays? Could they come home, or were they there the
I
whole
think
year?
so. No. I think they came home.
And was it traveling by train or by horse or
Train, I think.
Train?
Yeah.
So no long, arduous journeys like they took a week for them to get to school. They had an actual.
I really don't know.
You really don't know?
I never went into that.
Okay, that's fine. Because what I remember about, just to give you a bit of history and background on what I remember being told about Hatapata College. When Hatapata College was first opened, it was opened up at a mansion, and the mansion was pretty much everything outside of the dormitories, which was the horse stables. And then the boys used to stay and sleep in the horse stables. So it's a far cry from what it is now. And to tell the truth, it's actually, well, outside of the love that's been given back to it by old boys, we're lucky for it to be still open. So you attended Whakakī Primary School.
Yes.
And so we the type of kids that walked around, or you the type of kids that rode on horses?
Well, I can remember Uncle Blighty taking me on a horse,
Right.
and also on a bike,
Oh yeah.
and then walking. I walked to school because I only had a term with him at primary school, and he was off to
college.
Off to college.
Oh yeah.
And I walked to and from school, and then was given a bike. My brothers, or I don't know who bought me a bike,
Right.
but I had a bike.
Okay.
And then I used to bike to and from school.
Right.
And and because I was spoiled, a lot of the children, I don't know what it was, but anyway, I had a pair of shoes,
Right.
had a pair of slippers,
Yeah.
and I had a pair of gumboots. A lot of them didn't even have that. They used to run to school, and if they had milking cows, they used to stand in the wee or the poo to get their feet warm, or get their feet warm, and take off.
Okay.
So you can imagine how I was treated because I had all those.
Oh, nice. Nice. So there you go, people. My mother's one of the first generations to actually walk to school without having to stand in the cow shit to keep her fucking feet warm. No, we've all heard those stories, people, especially us coasties from up the coast, of all of our parents and grandparents having to fucking go to school and stand in the cow shit on the way to school to keep their feet warm. But my dear mother and her precious feet actually had a pair of gumboots.
Yes.
And a bicycle.
And when I was walking in my gumboots, when it was muddy as,
Yeah.
often I would step out of them because they got stuck in the mud. And I would end up in the mud with my socks.
Of course. Okay. So our maunga to Whakakī is Kua Tupapa. Maunga Kua Tupapa? Is that our maunga?
I think so. Yeah.
Ki Whakakī?
Yeah.
And the river is also called Maunga, or is it?
No.
Tawa.
Purua? Or from where I am.
Down past the homestead.
Past us. I think that was the name of that one. No, it wasn't. I think there was a Ramarama. I can't really remember.
So there's a number of rivers and lakes and streams that lead into the key.
Yeah.
which is Whakaki. And one of the rivers that lead into Whakaki is Tokomoki, from way out the Beckons, yes? Does that come down as far as Whakaki, or does that go down to Wairoa or
I think that
Pupu
goes.
Ningi?
I'm not too sure. I think that connects at Waio and then down in Wairoa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that trunk leads into.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. But
Oh, yeah. There may be some streams or something that cut back into the key though from Tokomoki though,
I don't know.
over the
I
cut.
don't know.
All right. So, what do you know about the eels of Whakaki Lake? Can you tell us a little about the eels?
I don't know whether you want my opinion on that.
I've got a couple of stories. One in particular that I got told is that Pararangi's brother went down and he formed the iwi known as Ngaitahu, and he used to come back, and because of the eels at Whakaki were a delicacy, that he used to always come back and trade for the eel from the key with pigeon and whatever he could bring back up. But he actually also, what I was told, he inherited, because back in the day they inherited their brothers' wives, and Himotarangi actually, his Pararangi's brother come back up and grabbed Himotarangi, I think is their name, and that was a transition that they often came up to grab eels from the Whakaki.
I don't know.
Well, that's one story, but
I haven't been educated in that or taken it to learn, really.
Yeah. Yeah. So what can you tell us about the key eels?
The eels, well, they were a delicacy. Everybody loved them.
Mm-hmm.
And I can remember families, and my mum and dad used to catch them in the season,
Mm-hmm.
the whole, and used to bring them home and put them in the creek and his hinaki.
So we have the hao, the pakarara,
the
whakahua,
yeah,
and the hao and the pakarara, they're a small or big eel?
the whole is small.
The hao is small?
Yeah, it's a thin one. I suppose it can get a fair size, but the ones and when you catch those, you clean them and you dry them and
Rara?
pawhara.
Pawhara? Oh, rara or pawhara?
Pawhara.
Pawhara is opening them.
Oh, is it?
Rara is
Yeah,
blistering them on the embers.
No, not blistering. It's like on a barbecue.
Yeah.
You tend to turn them and preserve. That there was a preservative
Process of preserving.
Yeah, and they weren't cooked.
Okay.
They were just preserved and then hung up to dry again. But when as we got when we raraed them, a lot of us cooked them.
Oh yeah. Because you ate them straight away.
Because we ate them straight away. Whereas before they were hung to preserve them.
Right. So you only blistered them so much that it hardened the skin.
Yes.
And the flesh inside would age and mature over time after being hung up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And the other one is the pakarara.
That's the one you.
Is that the one you pawhara? Oh, yeah,
pakarara.
Pakarara, you pawhara, you open them up, take the backbone out.
Some do, some don't.
But I imagine back in the day.
Yeah, I think. Because I was young when they used to do that, and I wasn't really into that because
those are the things that boys did.
Yeah, not only that, if they were squirrely, and I just took off, and I was allowed to take off
because you were the baby.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but your brothers, they were bastards to you sometimes, right? Because you were that little frightened little girl. They used to fucking scare the shit out of you, right?
Yes.
As all the fucking brothers do. So the hao is the smaller eel.
Yes.
And the pakarara
Is a bigger one where you
Is the bigger eel
Yeah,
where
and you
you pop on it
pop
and
it
open
and
them
you
up,
can take the bone out.
can take the backbone out.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine that back in the day, you'd have to eat the backbones and the heads, and you left the rest to preserve for the
Yeah.
later date.
Yep.
Okay. And so was it just during the heketuna that you caught these eels?
Yes. In my era, yes.
Right. So you just left them alone during the rest of the year,
Well,
and you had
I'm
enough.
not too sure, but I do remember with the heke eel when they used to do that.
Right.
But now, as far as I know, they put the nets in to get them whenever we need it, whenever
Right.
they need them.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure whether they did that earlier.
So there was another eel there, a big black fucking thing. You remember that one?
Yeah.
I used to measure them up to flagons on the ground. Do you ever remember them?
No.
So what I remember is because I was privileged to a few things and a few conversations and a few photos and a few drinks and a few piss ups and a few arguments out at the gun duck shooting batch. And sometimes the photos would come out. And we had some black and white photos of flagons. What used to be consumed, beer used to be consumed out of flagons. And they'd have these eels lined up next to these flagons, and these fucking things were huge. The eels were as big as the flagons, if not bigger, lying on the ground. And if they're that wide, then you can imagine how long they were. I remember those being called whakaahua. And those are the three eels out of the lake that I remember as being sacred and native to that lake.
Mm.
Were there any other kai that you got out of the lake while you were growing up? Like, was there moriana there?
Oh yes, yeah. There was morihana there, and those, cause you got the morihana. I'm not too sure whether they caught those in nets as well, or whether
Or
they
they speared
speared
them.
them. I know the eels. They used to spear the eels, so that must have been at a certain time of the year.
I remember
or
Uncle
before
Pura taking me
nets.
out, and he speared them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And what he did was he would look for the reeds, and if the reed was shaking, he'd spear at the bottom and the base of the reed, and he'd come up with a moriana.
Oh yeah.
Because what they do is they feed on the mud that catches on the reed, and they scrape it off. So when they're feeding, the reed shakes like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and also what I've been told is about the whole is that they're not a carrion eel. They don't feed on meat. They don't look
Oh,
for
no,
worms
no,
or anything.
no,
They're the
mud.
same.
Yeah,
They
they're
feed
mud,
off
yeah.
them. That's why you can eat the puku on a whole. Because you don't gut that, eh?
No,
No.
not when. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And were you aware that moriana was introduced into New Zealand?
Yep.
So for you people out there that don't understand what a moriana is, basically it's a carp. So what's your historical memory of why or how the moriana got introduced into New Zealand?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I can enlighten you people with a story that I was told. Is that when the Pākehā come over, they brought trout with them because they wanted to fish for trout because there was no trout here. And in order for the Pākehā to be able to catch their trout, they brought a fish over so the Māoris could catch and not catch their trout. And that was the moriana. They brought in the carp, so that the Māoris would leave their trout alone for them to catch. That's the story I heard. So other kai resources out of the lake were what was the birds out there?
Well, I know the seagulls. I'm not too
For
sure.
eggs?
Well,
Did you eat the seagulls like chickens?
no, we didn't eat them like chickens, but my dad used to collect the eggs,
Yeah.
and Mum used to make cakes,
Right. Bacon?
and we used to eat them as well. But
Were they nice?
well, they were they had a different flavour from, a bit stronger.
Okay.
Like a duck egg is stronger than a hen egg.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just a different, yeah.
I can't eat a duck egg after 3 days. Fuck, I tell you, man. Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you? Oh, a turkey egg, even stronger still.
Yeah, I should imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah. And Canadian geese, were they always about?
No, they were introduced.
All right.
And I don't know whether it's because they wanted more birds to shoot during duck shooting.
Yeah.
And there were quite a variety of ducks at the time. I can't remember them all. I can't even remember. Yeah.
Okay, and so just to finish off on the key and the life around it, we had one of the mayor out there. What was his name? Mickey Barrett.
Oh, Mickey Barrett. Yeah.
So he was a beloved friend of my grandfather, your father,
Yeah, and my mum. Yeah.
and your mum. My grandfather's name was
Pompey
Te Akonga
Wilson.
Pompey Wilson. Te Akonga?
Yeah, I think it was Pompey Te Akonga.
Pompey Te Akonga Wilson, and my grandmother's name was
Lucy Terito. Lucy Te Uhi.
Te Urehe.
Te Urehe.
Yeah.
Terito.
Lucy Te Urehe Terito married my grandfather, Pompey Te Akonga Wilson.
Yeah.
Yep. And they lived out at Whakakī.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't know my father's name was Te Akonga until I saw it on the coffin lid.
Oh.
And he was 62.
Right.
And
Right.
that's when I first,
Yeah, well, I had a bit of a revelation through that because I was brought up Catholic. My mum brought me up Catholic, and she did a very good job, I'd like to say. I went to primary school, St. Joseph's Primary in Wairoa, and that's, of course, it goes from primary level to intermediate level, and then you go to college. And I went to Hatupara Colleges, which, of course, is a Marist Māori Boys Catholic school. I was confirmed Catholic at college by the first Māori Bishop Mariu. And so later on in the years, I got converted to becoming a Latter-day Saint. And this is where I found out Pa's name, Te Akonga, because I wanted to do whakapapa through the ancestry services through the Latter-day Saints. And in order to find out, because I was told a story by your brother, Mum, Uncle Blighty, that Pa said something like, if you can prove that I'm a Mormon, then I'm a Mormon.
Yeah.
Now, what that brought me to believe was that because Pa actually was brought up by a number of nannies,
Yeah.
and out there, they had either one or the other. There was a big conversion route from the Latter-day Saints, right? They come over. I've been able to see it. That photos from 1952, Smith, Whanga, and those are a lot of family names that went over. But there was Catholics, and then there was Latter-day Saints. But what I'm trying to get at is that because Mum found out that her father's name was Pompey Te Akonga, when she saw it on his coffin lid, I just found out that my grandfather's name was Te Akonga Pompey, or Pompey Te Akonga, because I did research through the Latter-day Saints ancestry registry. So that was all very interesting for me. Just to move off the subject of the key, do you have any fond memories of Hatohoepa while you were there?
Yeah. Your friendships that you make and the sports that you make and do and things like that.
Auntie Molly, was she there?
No.
Did you have any cousins that were there with you?
Yes, from Waimarama.
Uh-huh.
And well, I suppose from Wairoa also, but you didn't find that out until you went there.
And started talking to them.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to finish off this interview now because we're just running out of time. But the food is always something that So we had our favourite meals there after Potter College, and on the weekends, parents would come out and they'd cook a boil up, and I'd be sitting there, and I didn't really appreciate my father's boil up at home until I got to taste every other brothers at the fucking college's parents' boil up, and it had no fucking salt in it. Oh my god! And I miss my father's boil up, and I fucking cooked that thing like I fucking miss it even now today. And I was told before I went to Hot Potter College, bro, if you don't miss boil up now, you're going to miss it when you come home from college. And I was thinking, fuck no, bro. Fuck, I'll never miss fucking boil up. And yep, straight up, I fucking did, bro. I miss boil up, and I cook it today, and I love it. Anyhow, back to you.
Me.
Yeah.
Mine was mincemeat.
Mincemeat, you loved it?
Hated
Oh,
it
you hated it.
for the same reason. They didn't know how to cook it.
They didn't have
They had
fucking
no salt in it.
no salt.
And it was didn't thicken it properly. It was horrible. And the other one was carrots, Swedes, and turnips.
Ball beans?
We would have carrots one day, Swede the next day, and parsnip the next day, and the next day we would have them all mashed up, tasteless,
All the fucking
No-
leftovers.
and broad beans.
And broad beans.
They said they were beautiful for you, and they were covered in a thick skin.
Skin.
Oh, they were horrible. I still don't like broad beans today.
Not even today.
I don't mind carrots cooked on their own. Swedes are not too bad. Parsnip, roasted, yes, I might eat them. But otherwise, yuck.
And you cook fry bread down in Warrell.
Yes.
So where are you situated in Warrell, and what days do you sell fry bread down there?
I'm situated by Taihoa Marae. And
Taiwan?
Taihoa Marae.
And St. Joseph?
Hang on, you said where am I situated?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, in Taihoa Marae. I live by Taihoa Marae.
Your mum lives down, yeah.
And then I make my dough and everything.
Yep.
And cook some bread at home before going down to St. Peter's Parish Hall,
Parish Hall.
and next to St. Peter's Church.
So, yeah. And it's just outside St. Joseph's Primary School?
Yes, it is.
And how many of your kids have you had go there?
All of them.
All of them? And how many grandkids have you had go there?
4.
4. So
Or
it's
3 or 4? 4.
so okay. So and what times are you open down there?
At the
and
market.
and what day?
Saturday, we go down Saturday, 1 day a week, and we open at 7 o'clock. We start selling at 7 o'clock.
And you're there till sell out, or
We're there until sell out. And it can be any time from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
okay, people. So just for your information, my mother, she cooks fry bread. She's down there on a Saturday. So you can go down there on a Saturday morning, 7 o'clock, between 7, 10 o'clock, 7 and 12, and get yourself some hot, fresh fry bread cooked there on the spot. Yep. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here with us. We'll just leave this post here with you live. And I'd like to thank my mother,
You're welcome.
Pauline Lydia,
Nanny Poe.
Nanny Poe. There you go.
Nanny Poe.
It's lots of love from me and my
Okay.
mother, Nanny Poe.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.